This is a question about Doe-Eyed Cows. It's from Stephen, and here it is. Hi Des, thank you for this course. I can't think of a nicer project to lead us into 2021. I really love the ancient alternative name that you point out for turning to gaze at the moon. I was wondering if you can recall any other historical names for any of the movements. I can't seem to get enough of these names and, rightly or wrongly, they often bring about visualisations when I practice. The more metaphorical names I can discover, the more I can enjoy this aspect of practice, often inviting and enhancing a very nice state of homeostasis. Once again, thank you for sharing so much knowledge with this wonderful set. Well, here is my answer to Stephen. There are numerous variations in the names given to some of the exercises that I teach, and that goes for all Qigong. It's not always easy to know which of the names given to a particular exercise is the oldest. But the original names almost always give guidance on how the exercise should look. That is to say, how the physical movements should look. I'll give you a couple of examples. One from the Shibashi and the other from the embroidered brocade. From the Shibashi we have holding a ball in front of the shoulders. Okay, this has been renamed in some schools to offering up a peach. The original name sets out the instructions of the arm position with the emphasis on holding a ball. This also helps with the shape of the palm, etc. So you're holding this ball in your hand. Offering up a peach goes some way towards this, but in practice, what I have observed is there's also a stretching out of the arm to make this offer. And that throws the chi out from where you should be. Also, we can assume that the peach is average sized. With the analogy of holding a ball, there's also an issue. What size is the ball? The most common error here is to visualise a big ball of chi. It could be the size of a beach ball, this size, or the size of a football. You're raising this ball of chi, this big ball of chi, but why are you doing this? What is the benefit? What are you working with? This Qigong should be working with secondary fire and, among other things, it's using the acupuncture point of heart governor 8. Now, heart governor 8 is located in the centre of the palm. To make the focus keener, the ball should be the size of a pearl or a pea. This ball is sitting directly on top of the acupuncture point if your technique and your posture is correct. With correct posture, correct focus and awareness, you're practicing Qigong accurately. You are targeting the quality of Qi that a particular Qigong was developed for. From the embroidered brocade, we'll have a look at the exercise called catching a ball. It's also known as the billowing sail, and both describe the physical part, the physical movement, quite accurately. This is the movement. Now, I believe that the billowing sail is probably the newer name. When you look at the size of China, in the ancient times when these Qigong were developed, not everyone would have seen a ship and sail. So the description of a billowing sail would have been meaningless. However, using the name catching a ball can be problematic because people make the mistake of linking the name with the internal movement rather than the external. Then visualising and creating a ball of chi between the hands. This detracts from the exercise as it fails to produce the intended internal action. It's only when the internal guidance has been learned, experienced and understood that any physical movement, that's one of the tools of Qigong, becomes linked to the movement of the Qi. With the names, it's not always easy to get an accurate translation of the early texts on these exercises. That's where text exists. And a large amount of what's being churned out in Qigong books is no more than a regurgitation of previous poorly translated information. Okay, back to where we started. Back to the Doe-Eyed Cows. The Qigong from the Shibashi, known as turning to gaze at the moon, is ancient and practiced as part of many different sets of Qigong. Some of these maintain the old name for the exercise. Now, I cannot claim that it's the original name because I wasn't around at the time, but it is certainly ancient. The old name, the one given to me by my master, is the Doe-Eyed Cow turns to look at the moon. The name is full of information for the practitioner. Take the arm positions. Here, it's not holding a ball. These are the cow's horns. You are the cow. The cow's head is down. It's eating grass. It lifts its head and gazes at the moon. It goes back to eating grass. Lifts its head, turns to gaze at the moon, returns to the grass. Now, the doe-eyed means that it's soft focus. You're not looking at the moon, studying the moon. You're daydreaming. You're letting the mind soften, wander, become quiet. Here, everything is quiet. The cow's horns don't move about. Here, if the arms are doing this and changing the relationship, your cow needs to see a vet. Adopt the shape, hold the shape, lift the head, lower the head, lift the head. Soft focus. The doe-eyed cow turns to look at the moon.